Theology 120, Week 5, The Works of Mercy, an Examination of Helping Behavior. Think about the unique gifts that you possess. Maybe you're a good listener, have a wonderful sense of humor, or are an amazing singer. Now think of a time when you serve someone by using this particular gift. The works of mercy are a way we care for the needs of others and serve God as well. We are to express mercy and kindness to those persons who are like us, but also to those whose lives are quite different from our own. The works of mercy are a part of the core of Catholic social teaching. Catholic social teaching became and was stressed during the Industrial Revolution time period, mainly due to abuses towards human dignity. There are 7 main themes of Catholic social teaching. They are the life and dignity of the human person, a call to family, community, and participation, rights and responsibilities, option for the poor and vulnerable, the dignity of work and the rights of workers, solidarity, and care for God's creation. Connecting to how one expresses these themes within his or her life is through the different practices. Helping behavior is one pathway, specifically through the works of mercy. Matthew 25, verses 34 to 40, presents us with a teaching from Christ that when we care for the needs of others, we serve Him as well. The Church has given us the corporal works of mercy as a way to help us respond to the call to serve the needs of others. The corporal works of mercy are kind acts by which we care for our neighbor's physical and material needs. The Church also guides us to perform spiritual works of mercy, which are ways by which we can care for people's emotional and spiritual needs. They are as follows: instruction, we can share our faith with others. We can share our knowledge by tutoring or teaching a skill. Advise, we can refuse to participate in gossip, discrimination, or unjust behavior, and call to others to stop such behaviors as well. Console, we can assure those in doubt or despair of the loving presence of God. Comfort, we can listen, offer sympathy to those who have experienced a hardship, or be present to those who are struggling or in pain. Forgive, the sacrament of reconciliation. We can also forgive by choosing not to hold grudges and bear wrongs with patience. We can turn away from seeking revenge when someone has hurt us, by praying for those who have wronged us, and by giving people the benefit of the doubt. The works of mercy are ways by which we care for the needs of others. When we practice these works, we respond to God's call to care for the vulnerable. We are called to be agents of mercy daily. Christ's commandment from John's Gospel states, "I give you a new commandment, love one another. This is how all will know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another." In her letter to Sister Marianne Doyle from July 24, 1841, Catherine McAuley comments, "It is not a disposition to bestow gifts like benevolent persons in the world. That bespeaks generosity of mind for the religious state. It is bestowing ourselves most freely and relying with unhesitating confidence on the providence of God." The parable of the Good Samaritan exemplifies this unhesitating confidence that Catherine McAuley speaks of. Within this parable story, Jesus Christ makes our responsibility clear to reach out to those most in need. I'll have a link above and in the description box below for those of you unfamiliar with this parable account. Answering this call to go out to the peripheries, as Pope Francis would say, Catherine McAuley responded to this need and call in Ireland. Her American contemporary, Father Augustus Tolton, the first Black Catholic American priest, did the same. I'll have a link above and in the description box below to a presentation about his powerful contribution to the Catholic faith in the United States. The Universal Call to Holiness, from Lumen Gentium number 6, is addressed in both Kerry Weber's book and Father Jacques Philippe's readings for this week. Notice how Weber in chapters 3 through 7 discusses helping others during the season of Lent. Here are a few notables from these readings. On the whole, though, Catholics aren't identifiable at first glance. This is her surprise at seeing the marks of ash on people in the subway of New York. Father Collins' advice to Weber is another notable. Not just about avoiding evil, but we must do good and avoid evil. People think if I get to the end of the list of things to do, and I haven't done them, I'm a good person. That just falls a little short of what we're called to do. It can't be everything. It has to spur you to do more. And finally, another quotable. This season, Lent, in many ways, is a personal spiritual journey. The process of examining one's life and one's relationship with God offers rewards equal to what one puts into it. Father Jacques Philippe addresses the beauty and challenge that those close relationships within the family pose in his Mercy and Forgiveness in the Family homily. As he notes, grace of family life, we see our limits, our lack of patience, the difficulty we sometimes have in loving and in forgiving. We also see our weakness and our faults. In our relationships with others, these weaknesses and faults often come to light. Father Philippe stresses that we are obliged to exercise mercy with one another, to accept and love each other as we are, and to be patient and practice the works of mercy. Father Philippe approaches mercy in the family in two specific areas: forgiveness and the way we view others. Forgiveness, just to clarify, is the release of vengeance from the perspective of the victim. This decision is not the same as forgetting an offense or reconciling with the abuser or offender. Father Philippe defines the action of forgiveness as the freedom to love even the one who has done you wrong. To forgive, we have to go through the heart of the Father. This is the source of forgiveness. It's not in me, it is the heart of God, and that's where I have to go, looking for forgiveness. And finally, God is powerful enough to bring goodness out of everything, even the evil committed against me. Forgiveness is an act of hope. The Ministry of Presence, examining helping behavior, is our focus in this week's discussion forum. Please read the study by Darley and Batson on helping behavior. Consider what factors hinder one from lending assistance to another in need, and how does this study reveal a main deterrent through the helping behavior of these Christian seminarians. Just a quick note that this study is an examination of Christian seminarians for those not in Catholic ministry. Post your thread by Thursday and peer responses by the following Monday. And in the words of Catherine McAuley, let us take one day only in hands at a time, resolve to do good today and better tomorrow.